minus 1 minute and counting.
Countdown.
T-minus 50 seconds.
As we pass the T-minus 50-second mark, the power transfer takes place.
First stage, second stage, third stage.
40 seconds and counting.
T-minus 37 seconds, and our count continues to go well. T-minus 30. T-minus 25 seconds and counting. T-minus 20 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds and counting.
17 seconds and counting. 15, 14, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. Ignition sequence start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ranking round, Group 2, Heat 1. All 6 off the platform. Nub in purple in the pole position. We'll see if he's first to the square gate. He is.
Aggressive run to this first turn, Craig. The smartest ones take the inside.
All 6 on the top floor. They now come down to the Pentagon gate. It'll be the Diamond gate next. Then they set up for the Stadium dive.
Uh-oh.
Nub still in front.
Nub is killing it to take that fast inside line. Great job.
Nub and Nurk in second, but Nurk fighting for position. He hit the swatch gate. That allows Nub to stay in front. Jet making a move.
Came up a little too shy on that turn.
Nub clearly in front.
Nub is handling these turns like butter.
Nub through the square gate into the helix climb. Jet now in second. Willie in third.
Nub couldn't look more smooth and solid right now, Craig. He's got this dialed.
Nub starts his final stadium dive of this heat with plenty of room to spare.
We talked about fast. This guy is showing us what it is.
Last time through the swatch gate, we heard contact in the back. Could have been Jet. Now up on the main floor.
Whoa.
Oh, Nub flying everywhere.
No.
He is down
He's
and out. And it's Willie
Willie out of
coming
nowhere.
through. Headed to the full hit. He didn't finish the lap.
I don't think I made it in.
For the win! McStrally, you lost ground early, then you let the others make mistakes while you hung back. How much of that was strategy and how much was luck?
Yeah, I was testing out a new line at the swatch gate, and I overshoot and I had to refly it. But then I just keep on going, trying to be as fast as possible, and I heard all the other guys crashing out, so I finished and finished first.
How difficult is it to maintain those lines while you see the other pilots in front of you?
Yeah, the other pilots distract a lot when they fly in front of you, but you have to get used to it and find a spot to overtake them.
Okay, what does this do for your confidence to take the first win?
Oh yeah, that's good for my confidence. I will push it more and more for every heat, and let's see where we go.
All right, get back over there. We got more racing to do.
What the hell?
I don't think I made it in. I didn't make it in. I hit the gate.
The Helix climb is one of the most dramatic elements of the course. Tony, take us through this sensational track.
Off the start, pilots sprint down the main floor to the square gate. It's a quick left for the Helix climb to the top floor and the run through the Pentagon gate to the Diamond gate. Then it's up and over for the stadium dive into the tunnel. They climb up through the Swatch gate to re-enter the main floor for the end of the lap or the finish.
This course has a couple really big straightaways, so I'm really excited to be in that space with a bunch of other people battling for the little bit of space that's left in that hall.
The Swatch gate is definitely the most difficult part of the track for me. I see a lot of other pilots entering it with crazy speed, and I'm just taking my time through it. I'm trying to make up that time in other parts of the track.
It's a lot of fun to race.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
That's right, boys. Oh. 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 Dude, the second Swatch gate, it was like I nailed the top and nailed the bottom. I just went through it sideways, dude. That's why I was like, what the heck? my God. Nuh-uh, there isn't.
All right, Jet, you found yourself all alone on the backside of that second lap, but it almost ended in tears. What happened on that last swatch gate?
Oh, you know, I've been struggling with the swatch gate. I always have. And I kind of just closed my eyes and cut through it, and amazingly, I made it through.
It worked out that time, so a strong strategy. This year, you're not returning as the champion. How does that affect it? Do you like it better, or would you prefer it the other way?
Oh, I love it. You know, it takes a lot of pressure off me, a lot of less eyes. You know, everyone's watching NERC now, so it lets me kind of get in my own zone without stressing out.
Now, you're involved in other action sports, namely skiing. Can you tell people at home, how does drone racing compare to that?
Oh, I mean, they're both just adrenaline-inducing, good time fun, and I mean, that's why I am here. That's why I love skiing. That's why I love mountain biking. It's all just one big pile of fun for me.
All right, let's go have some more fun.
Cool, thank you.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Nine, eight, seven, six, five, four.
That was fun.
No, it was not me.
That was fun.
Nurk, walk me through the last part of that second lap when you were chasing down Duncan and ultimately overtook him.
You know, it was pretty funny actually, because I got stuck behind him and like right behind him. Like I tried to kind of keep moving over to the side, but I could feel the turbulence from his props. And so like I would kind of feel the quad like wander around a little bit as I'm going down the hall. And then when we went up and over into the back diving down into the bowl, I had a little bit of a faster line, but came out of it slower. And Duncan got alongside me and bumped me. And luckily we both didn't go down. And then coming out of the swatch gate, I just had a better line and brought it home for the win. Almost crashing at the end because I was just like, oh, I did it, but I didn't want to crash. So
Keyword almost. You pulled it off, so that was fantastic, and congratulations. Now, there's two sides to you. You've said that there's the hyper-competitive, extremely confident, and the less confident side. How are you feeling right at this point in the racing?
a heat like that's going to put me right back into that mindset, and we're going to have a lot of fun this next round.
Anything else you can do to kind of reclaim that mindset?
Nope. I just got to hope for the best and do everything I can.
All right, let's go do it.
Sorry, Duncan.
That was me you hit.
Sorry, Willie. What the fuck?
Oh my God.
The DRL Racer 4 is a high-performance quadcopter that can fly and turn across all three-dimensional axes. To hover, power is applied evenly to all four motors. 2 spin clockwise and 2 counterclockwise. To pitch forward across the lateral axis, power is increased in the rear 2 motors. This allows the drone to fly faster. To roll across the longitudinal axis, power is increased on one side. That side rises and the drone turns that way. Pilots then add power to the other side to turn back or stabilize. To yaw or pivot across the vertical axis, power is increased on 2 diagonal motors. To pivot the opposite way, the power is increased on the other 2 motors. In DRL races, pilots constantly push their drones across all 3 axes to fly complex courses as quickly as possible.
Seconds to race. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
running from the Willie. Dang it!
How close were you? I thought you were gonna have me when I went too far, too wide.
I did the same thing.
Okay, good.
I followed you. I was like, pass him here, and he flipped. I was like, fuck, he's flipping, do a flip.
Every time I don't turn hard enough.
I know.
Yes! Woo! Yes!
Dang it.
Yes!
Nurk, as the defending champion, what kind of pressure do you feel?
The pressure that I feel is almost always mostly put on by myself, right? Like, yes, I am the world champion, and yes, there's a target on my back for that. But more than anything that they're doing, I put so much weight on my own shoulders that when I overcome that pressure, I feel really, really, really good about living up to my expectations for myself.
And it looks like visibly you are very happy with your performance, but walk me through the ranking rounds.
It started a little rough. I made a couple mistakes early on, but kind of kept working it back, flying that line, that speed that I knew I had, and got in a couple great dogfights. And this last heat led start to finish, and that was what we needed.
Is it fair to say that you have your line figured out going into the semifinals?
I don't think I ever get my line figured out. I'm usually not the guy that has like the fastest time on the track, but this time around, you know, I always kind of tend to wander around a little bit. All the pilots make fun of me for kind of like looking like I'm drunk when I'm flying, just because I just like to kind of feel it out. And so I can't really say that I ever have a line figured out, but definitely have places where I'm looking to go fast.
All right, well, no drunk flying. We got the semifinals coming up. We'll see you there.
See you there.
Oh, that's good that you were down.
9, 8, 7.
Semifinal 1, Heat 1.
5, 4.
Clean away from the platforms. Down the main floor, they'll head to the square gate and up the helix climb.
Some aggressive
Duncan in white
starts.
first.
Some aggressive starts from these guys, Craig.
Duncan in white, Gab in yellow, Jet in red. Duncan in white now heads to the diamond gate. He's first up and over into the stadium dive.
Gab's pressing.
You've got the swatch gate next, the most dangerous part of the course. Gab in yellow tried to position, didn't work for him. Duncan looks to have gone wide as they come back to the main floor. Duncan in first in white.
Duncan on a whole
Willie in second.
other level here, Craig.
Start of lap number 2. Duncan looking for the Heat 1 win. Helix climb for the second time, now on the top floor. Duncan's got some distance.
Well, it ain't over yet. He's still got to stay alive this the rest of the race and not let these guys catch up.
Duncan up and over into the stadium dive. Second in pink, it's Willie. Gab 707 in third.
Duncan looking smooth here and threads the needle beautifully.
Through the swatch gate, this is the final left turn, back to the main floor, the run to the finish. Duncan has got it, white, and he wins. Gab 707 in second, Wild Willie in third.
We hit each other right before the swatch gate. Yeah. Woo!
That was another one where I fumbled. Did you see my slice on the second left? We hit the helix.
second swatch gate.
Duncan, this is the most animated I've seen you in a while. Why are you so excited?
I'm so excited because it's the first hit that I'm happy about myself since the start of the season. So I'm like, yeah, I need to take all the pressure out, so I'm going to push harder next time.
Well, let's talk about the start of the season. Level 1 didn't go your way. What adjustments did you make to do better here in Level 2?
I changed my mind. So what I did wrong is like I wanted to win so bad, and right now I just want to have fun. And that's the most important thing for me.
Duncan, you are one of the very few international pilots here in the competition. What does it mean to you to represent France?
I'm really proud of my country, so I'm really happy to win for my country. And like, you know, in USA, everybody is so proud of USA, so I want to be the same.
All right, well, you just need one more heat win to get into the finals, so good luck.
Thank you very much.
The Helix climb is one of the most dramatic elements of the course. Tony, take us through this sensational track.
Off the start, pilots sprint down the main floor to the square gate. It's a quick left to the Helix climb to the top floor and the run through the Pentagon gate to the Diamond gate. Then it's up and over for the stadium dive into the tunnel. They climb up through the swatch gate to re-enter the main floor for the end of the lap or the finish.
This course has a couple really big straightaways, so I'm really excited to be in that space with a bunch of other people battling for the little bit of space that's left in that hall.
The swatch gate is definitely the most difficult part of the track for me. I see a lot of other pilots entering it with crazy speed, and I'm just taking my time through it. I'm trying to make up that time in other parts of the track.
It's a lot of fun to race.
I was like, I don't want to crash.
I had a bad bobble on the very first Helix climb. It was really hard to get past. Oh, and then I messed up the swatch gate the second time. I went too fast, and I went to the parking lot.
Easy. I did a tourist tour.
Yeah. Hey, Duncan, feeling better today?
9, 8, 7.
Semifinal 1, Heat 2.
4.
Veteran power on those front podiums. They make the run to the square gate and then the Helix climb. Looks like Gab is 707 in yellow first, but Duncan in white right there as well.
Both of them taking that tight line through that turn. That's why they're ahead.
The Pentagon gate to the Diamond gate. Gab 707 in yellow, Duncan in white second, Jet in red third.
Little contact back there.
This is the swatch gate. It strikes fear in the heart of every pilot. But you've got Gab through, Duncan through, Jet in red through. Back to the main floor.
It looked like Jet went way off the side there. I'm not sure if he made it.
On to lap number 2. Gab 707 in yellow, your leader. Duncan in white, the winner of Heat 1 and second.
So Gab 707 doing a fantastic job holding tight to his lines. He seems like he's flying a little more calmly, Craig.
This is the top floor through the Pentagon gate. They'll hit the Diamond gate up and over into the stadium dive.
Duncan's got to make his move here. He's running out of track before he hits. Oh, no!
Duncan's down. Gab all alone out front, cleanly through the swatch gate. It is smooth sailings from here. He needs to get to that finish gate to make it official, but Gab 707 has done this so many times, and he takes the win.
Well, don't forget Jet and Wild Willie and Nub. They're still out there, Craig.
Willie comes in, Jet comes in, but with this new format in 2019, it's wins that matter. Rafa finishes out Heat 2, but all credit to Gab.
Gab, a heat win and what looked like a new approach at the swatch gate. Can you tell me if you changed something there?
Yeah, like after level 1, I figured I needed to change things up a bit, find a more aggressive line, something that I could do safely and really fast if I need to. So I'm really cutting it a bit wider and then basically doing the whole swatch gate sideways. So I see it as like the samurai slice through the swatch gate. I quite like it.
Now, as we were pulling you over here for the interview, you asked Jet to check your course time. What do you do with that information?
I'm just trying to gauge how fast I'm actually going. Like this heat is very interesting because it's the first time that we run, levels back to back. We just flew level 1 and now going into level 2, we are hot. And I felt like that was a finals heat.
So what would you say if I told you that you've just set a new course record?
Yeah, I was expecting that, yes.
That's official. Congratulations. You need one more win to get yourself into the finals.
Oh, Willie!
To me, the swatch gate is one of the hardest elements that we have in DRL, especially when we're going up it.
It is absolutely terrifying. You have a drone that weighs a kilogram going 80 miles an hour. You have to somehow hit this 8-foot gap as you're leaning back, staring at the sky, and it's incredibly difficult.
The ascent through the swatch gate is the trickiest maneuver on the course. The precision and timing required to find the fastest line often makes the difference between winning and losing. Pilots need to scrub off speed after the stadium dive while staying as low as possible. They approach slightly north, pitching up with a slight roll left to pass through the gate. As soon as they pass the plane of the gate, they roll left hard while pitching up more, which aims them directly towards the next gate. They roll right and pitch down to accelerate without climbing. Any delays in the roll through the gate forces the pilot higher and wider, causing a longer line, which is slower. Mistiming the approach results in them crashing into the gate.
$60 seconds to course clear.
I got a meal to go before we left.
9, 8, 7, 6.
Semifinal 1, heat 3. It's only 120 yards with this run down to the square gate, critical to positioning. Gab 707 in yellow first into the helix climb and onto the top floor.
Jet in red looking hot, trying to move into position here.
Pentagon gate, then the diamond gate. They'll go up and over into the stadium dive. Gab 707 in yellow, Duncan in white in second, Jet in red in third. Now to the swatch gate.
Gab performing that samurai slice through that swatch gate, Craig.
Seems to work for him. Gab first back to the main floor, but Duncan in white right there. They start the second lap, and Duncan has made the pass. Duncan in first, but Gab not giving anything away. He's going for it as well.
Duncan showing he knows what to do on this course, and he's executing it flawlessly right now.
Either Gab 707 or Duncan with a win will clinch their spot in the finals. A battle up front. Duncan clearly in first right now into the stadium dive. Gab makes a move, trying to get the inside line. He does it. Jet down. Gab all alone through the swatch gate.
Gab going really high and wide on that turn.
This will clinch his spot in the final. Gab with so much air behind him. He takes the win. We will see Gab 707 in the final of Level 2 Hard Rock Stadium.
Man, what a run from him. That battle between him and Duncan. Oh, man, one little mistake, and Gab 707 capitalizes on that.
Rafa comes in to finish his heat. Look at the tension evident on Gab's face. Eventually, that should transition to relief.
Absolutely.
Gab with another heat win, clinching your spot into the finals. You had some words there, but they were in French with Duncan. Can you tell me what you guys said?
Yeah, we just said that was a really good race. We were going back and forth. But then at some point, I don't know, Duncan went super far out, straight into the stadium, and I just cut the inside and then didn't see him anymore. So I guess he sort of made a mistake.
Now, you racers only get so many runs on the actual course, but you use the sim to actually fly a similar course. How do you utilize that to make progress in the training?
Well, look at the track here. Like, where in the world do you get a track like this? I can't hit up my local stadium, hey, do you mind me training a bit? So the sim is the only way for us to recreate something like this. And this is why the sim is very important. Create something like this, practice hard.
And viewers at home may find it interesting. You're actually doing that in the pilot's lawn backstage before the race began.
Yeah, absolutely. We had Willie. He was laying some overnight laps, thinking that would help him. And tonight he's feeling better. So I guess that's good.
All right. Well, congratulations. We got more racing to do.
I think we mid-air, Jeff.
Yo! Yo! Yo!
Semifinal 1, Heat 4. All 6, up and away, down the main floor, heading to the square gate, and then the helix climb. You got Gab 707 in yellow first, but Duncan in white right there. He went for the pass. They're on the top floor. A lot of contact. Gab 707 out. In front, Duncan in white in front. Jet in red in second. They're on the stadium dive.
Duncan's head is in the right place right now, Craig. He is doing it.
First time through the swatch gate. They all call it the most dangerous part of the course. Duncan in white, Jet in red, through cleanly.
Duncan almost going wide.
Oh, they're both down, both leaders out. That leaves Wild Willie and Pink in front, all alone.
Willie, great job to watch out for the carnage.
New rule change for 2019. He is the only one still on course, but he has to finish to get credit for the win.
Well, he should be taking his time and flying the line he knows without any extraneous movements on the course to ensure that he gets into that finish gate.
One final stadium dive, and we can all see he has definitely dialed it back. Willie gonna head for that swatch gate one final time. He's through cleanly, back to the main floor. It'll be a left turn and then the run to the finish. This is for a heat win, and he'll be one away to clinching a spot in the finals. Wild Willie takes the win.
My bestest of friend, I mean enemy, my mortal enemy.
Good job. Remember the last time you tried to do something fancy?
I don't want to talk about that.
Willie, just finish. You're the only one up. You're the only one up. You're the only one up.
To get credit for the win.
I love you, Jeff. Get that slowest first, baby.
One final stadium dive.
Don't do a barrel roll. Do not do a barrel roll.
Willie, gonna head for that swatch gate one final time. Cleanly back to the main
Nice and easy, nice and easy. Come on. Nice and easy, buddy. Nice and easy. Don't try and do anything fancy. Just get it in. Just get it in. Just get it in. There you go. Duncan!
Come on! Thank you, Jet.
Willie, before the interview, you called that a gimme lap, but is it really? What's it like to be out there all by yourself?
Well, first off, it's an amazing feeling knowing that there's zero pressure. You just got to finish the lap and you get your win. And, you know, all that matters now are wins. So it's really nice to put one on the board. I got 2 more heats to get 1 more in.
In these level 2 semifinals, you've gone 3rd, 2nd, and now 1st. How are you adapting to the course?
A lot of my issues I've had with the course was the swatch gate. And I've really made a nice, like, mental note that every time I get in that tunnel for that swatch gate, I got to slow down, slow down, slow down. And it's been working out pretty well, but now I kind of got to pick the pace up just a little bit because that's where everyone seems to be pulling away.
All right, we look forward to seeing it. Thank you, sir.
The helix climb requires the pilots to turn 180 degrees while climbing 70 feet and navigating the columns and walls of the helix. The fastest lines require extreme precision. Pilots approach the square gate a little south so they can begin to turn prior to the gate. They roll left through the gate and then pitch up aggressively between the columns of the helix. To keep the line as short as possible, they pass to the right of the lip of the helix, staying low. They roll right and pitch down to barely clear the top of the helix, flying level. They roll right through the helix gate and then roll left to resume straight flight down the top floor. Swinging wide into the helix or climbing too high requires harsh corrections and a longer line, which are slower. Any missed time causes them to hit the wall or the gate.
Nine, 8, 7.
Semifinal 1, Heat 5.
4.
Plenty to fly for here as they run down the main floor to the square gate and up the helix climb. Gab 707 in yellow in first.
Uh-oh, contact.
Jets on the ground in red. You've got Gab in yellow in front, Duncan in white right there close.
Wild Willie moving forward as well.
Gab 707 in yellow, Duncan in white, the top 2 spots, but you mentioned Willie in pink right there.
Uh-oh, looks like Duncan hit the gate.
Tons of contact at the swatch gate, Gab 707. Then Wild Willie in pink.
Wild Willie has to press it in the turns and stay smooth in the straights. That's the goal.
On to the second lap, Gab 707. Another win is just gravy for him, but if Wild Willie can win, he clinches his spot in the finals.
It's like he's listening. He took that last turn a little tighter and he caught up to Gab.
Into the stadium dive, but Gab putting some distance between the guy chasing him.
No!
Wild Willie's down, Gab all alone through the swatch gate. Gab looks like he's on his way to a 3rd heat win. The veteran showing everyone else what smooth sailing is like, and Gab 707 wins Heat 5.
Good race, Gab. That was good.
I took it a bit easy there in the helix. I thought you'd catch up.
I did. I cut a lot of time out, but then I didn't go around the bowl to go inside. I tried to cut over top of it in, and just boom, Mach 7 into the ground.
That doesn't work.
No! You're faster than this Swatch Gate now?
Didn't matter.
Gab, this is level 2 of the 2019 season. We've got the brand new Racer 4 drone. We've got some exciting courses. What stands out to you about this season so far?
What's really incredible is the level of everybody. I think everyone's really maxing out the machine, and that's something we haven't seen really too much in drone racing. Usually it's more about, you know, how many mistakes are you going to do and how aggressive you are. And this time, I don't know, everyone's on the same lines. Everyone's found the lines. Everyone's trying to, you know, work on details. And that's huge. It's almost like car racing.
For new fans to drone racing, can you paint a picture of these 12 pilots in comparison to the rest of the world? How good are these pilots actually?
This is quite a level up. I mean, there's no other group of pilots that dedicate this much, and I think it really shows. Like, we'll have these races where we just go back and forth, and, you know, we're just itching each other, you know, on tiny things, and it's just about little nerves. If we were all calm, you know, we'd all be together, and it just shows every heat. It's just, you know, nerves. We get a bit nervous, a bit excited, and that's what makes the difference.
All right, well, another great win for you, and we'll see you back in the cockpit. Good job, dude.
Shit.
Contact. Jet's on the ground in red. You got Gab in yellow in front, Duncan in white right there in blue.
Oh, come on. Dude, I can't.
Oh, I crashed.
Semifinal 1, heat 6. This long stretch critical. You've got carnage. Carnage at the start. Gab 707 in yellow first into the climb, but Duncan in white right there. Jet in red. Willie also Duncan down, but he saves it. Gab 707 in front. Jet in red second. Willie in pink in third.
These guys are pushing it hard, Craig.
Gab 707 looking for a 4th win. Here comes the Swatch Gate.
Oh no!
Gab hits it. That puts Jet in front, Wild Willie in second.
Rafa also connected with that, but look at Willie trying to catch up.
If Willie can close this gap and get a win, he'll book his spot in the final. Jet trying to prevent that.
Willie needs to focus on his line and smoothness and get ahead. He's got to take these turns on the inside to gain any ground.
Lap number 2. Jet to the Diamond Gate. He's first, up and over into the stadium climb. Wild Willie and Pink in second, but it is a distant second. Jet going for the Swatch Gate. It always seems to get his way. Willie went for it, but he paid the price. Contact with the Swatch Gate. That leaves Jet all alone. He's made the final turn on the main floor. Now it is the run to the finish, and Jet wins heat number 6.
I almost had it. Thanks for crashing. Thanks for crashing.
I went for the slice on you.
I know.
I went for the slice and it didn't work right.
Oh, God.
Jet, you said you needed to relax. What's going on?
Yeah, you know, we've been flying so much. I've just been getting in my head. You know, I'm a bit fried up here at the moment, so I think I was just kind of losing my grip on reality for a moment. Took a breath, drank some water, relaxed, and had a good heat. So, you know, I'm in the sudden death and hope it goes well again.
I'm going to use your words from before the interview. You said that's a relief, kind of. Yeah. You didn't clinch a spot. You do have to go to sudden death, but how does this heat win give you momentum going into that sudden death?
Right. If I hadn't gotten that win, I'd just be out right now. So, you know, it's just one more step. I got to do well again, and then I'll be moving on. I think we have one spot open, so it's all or nothing.
All right. We'll see you in sudden death.
Thank you.
Go!
Damn it. I was going for the slice and I almost had it.
Thanks for crashing.
Semi-final one, sudden death. They're all away. 2 spots available. They head to the square gate into the helix climb. Duncan and White first.
Uh-oh. Contact and carnage from somebody. Looks like Jet maybe.
Jet is already out. Duncan and White in first. Willie and Pink in second. The top 2 spots advance.
Another one down.
Rafa's out. They head to the swatch gate for the first time. Got to get through cleanly. Duncan through. Willie, he's through. And
a little bobble from Willie through that gate.
Duncan in first. It's a fight for second. That place matters as well.
They're neck and neck, Craig.
Duncan with some clear air. They're on to lap number 2. Nub and Wild Willie fighting for that second and final spot up to the top floor.
It looks like that Nub's got this one so far for second.
Well, remember, Duncan and White in front. The flashing drone is Nub. Wild Willie in third. Duncan looks to be on his way to the win, but second matters.
A slight wobble on that drop, but be careful through the swatch.
Contact by both trailing pilots. Duncan all alone. Who can recover and stay in the air? Oh, Willie hit it.
Yeah!
You've got to be kidding.
Front! Woo! I'm so happy to be here. Woo!
One of the others, so we're tied.
Thanks God.
I almost.
Duncan, congratulations on getting into the finals through the sudden death heat. One thing about you, we can tell you just love your job.
Yeah, I love my job. It's amazing to fly like in DRL. Like that's so professional. You can't even think like what I get when I fly. It's amazing.
That heat was crazy. There was carnage all around you. How do you maintain your focus when people are yelling and crashing?
So what helped me a lot was the mic, was the speaker, because they were telling me, they were saying like, oh, Duncan is in the lead, Willie and Nub is fighting together. So I'm like, okay, they're gonna crash, that's sure. So I'm gonna take it easy. I did the swatch gate like hovering, and like that's what I have to do. I have to win.
You did that, and we'll see you in the finals, my friend.
Thank you.
Nub, as you were watching that replay, more than any other pilot I've seen so far, you had a very excited release of emotion. What's going on?
Coming into level 2, I had a bad experience in level 1. Didn't make it to finals. That was the first time I've never made it to finals. So making this chance to just make it up to the level 2 finals, it's a huge sigh of relief just to be back in it. Some bit of competition. Almost every single heat on semifinals, I crashed, hit somebody, something went wrong. So to finally get one decent run that was good news for me was very exciting.
Now, things do go wrong in sports, and in level 1, you seemed extremely frustrated and through some of the early heats here. What are you doing to keep yourself mentally calm as these things do happen?
So one thing, I'm a very passionate person. I wear my emotions on my sleeve as very shown through level 1. I'm trying to keep myself calm. Sometimes it doesn't work. I just get in my own head, and today I was able to fix it a little bit.
Okay, what do you change going into the finals to ensure your success?
I'm happy now. That's the biggest thing. I finally have a win under my belt, and that means that I can move forward with big positivity, and that helps me the best. That helps me the best.
All right, we'll keep that positivity rolling. We'll see you in the finals.
Absolutely.
No! God damn it. Oh, I couldn't believe it.
No! No!
Front! Woo! Woo! I'm so happy to be here.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Semifinal 2, Heat 1.
Uh-oh.
All 6 are up. That was Fluxy that bobbled a bit. Vanover in the disco flashing drone just behind Nurk in green at the Helix climb.
Uh-oh, look at Vanover pushing for it.
You can see some wobbling in the back, but up front it's Nurk in green, the defending world champion.
Oh, that's chaos right there.
Nurk followed by Vanover. You've got Shaggy.
Oh!
Nurk.
Sparks flying.
Nurk is through the swatch gate, back up to the main floor. This is the stretch run, start of lap number 2.
Nurk showing why he's the reigning champion right now.
As they go through the time check to start lap 2, Nurk in front, Vanover 1.7 seconds back.
No,
Vanover hit the
man!
gate, he's down. Nurk continues to gain distance by virtue of everybody else making mistakes.
Notice how much smoother Nurk is on his lines than the guys who have already crashed out. It's amazing how much control he's got right now.
Nurk makes it through the swatch gate. Fluxy, the only other drone up, but Nurk's got plenty of space. This is the run to the finish. And barring a huge mistake, which there won't be one, Nurk takes heat number 1.
Man, oh
That was sounding good. When I was on the second level, I saw you in the straight. I'm like, this is
Yeah, you are not gonna catch this bad boy. It feels so good.
dude, you in the straight?
Yeah, dude. When I launched, I almost. When I launched, I almost hit this.
Nurk, I've seen some pilots banter after the race. I've seen them talk to themselves, but you had other pilots talking to you while you were racing. How'd you maintain your concentration?
You know, sometimes it's fun to kind of just get out of the moment, get out of your head, and just have a little bit of fun. Like, I mean, you know, we're all super serious, competitive people, but at the same time, we also want to have some fun. Like, we have just as much fun at the park for a day of flying as we do when we're racing out here. So might as well have a good time with it.
The Helix climb is one of the most dramatic elements of the course. Tony, take us through this sensational track.
Off the start, pilots sprint down the main floor to the square gate. It's a quick left for the Helix climb to the top floor and the run through the Pentagon gate to the Diamond gate. Then it's up and over for the stadium dive into the tunnel. They climb up through the swatch gate to re-enter the main floor for the end of the lap or the finish.
This course has a couple really big straightaways, so I'm really excited to be in that space with a bunch of other people battling for the little bit of space that's left in that hall.
The swatch gate is definitely the most difficult part of the track for me. I see a lot of other pilots entering it with crazy speed, and I'm just taking my time through it. I'm trying to make up that time in other parts of the track.
It's a lot of fun to race.
My first crash in DRL. Because I only crashed trying to like just go balls out.
Every corner, everything I did, I just like overshot.
Whatever. I should have just played it safe.
9, 8, 7,
Semifinal 2, Heat 2.
4.
The battle to the square gate and then the Helix climb has begun. Vanover in the flashing drone, followed by McStrolly up to the top floor.
These guys are looking tight right here. Uh-oh.
You've got Vanover, you've got McStrolly, you've got Shaggy, you've got Nurk. It's Vanover in front.
McStrolly with a great pass. Nurk taking it back. That's amazing.
They're headed to the swatch gate for the first time. Vanover through tentatively. Nurk right there. Shaggy in third.
Nurk is on another gear right now. He is looking for the front of the pack.
Up to lap number 2. Vanover in front. Nurk 0.8 of a second back.
Notice how smooth these guards are right now. They're looking really clean.
Back on the top floor, Vanover in front. Nurk the first heat winner. If he can win, again, he'll clinch his.
Nurk with a little wobble back there. That slowed him down. He's fallen to third.
Vanover through the swatch gate. He's through cleanly. We've got contact from Shaggy.
Nurk still holding on, though, but he's way back.
Vanover, the finishing run. He takes the heat win. Nurk in second.
I just couldn't. I made on the Helix, I barely hit the simple gate at the top of the Helix, and just all I did was go.
better. Better.
Vanover, possibly your most impressive stat in your rookie season so far is that you've only crashed once in 18 races, pardon me. Why do you put so much stock into not crashing?
I just hate crashing. Like, it takes you out of the race. You're losing that ability to win. I'd rather take second or third than just crash out. And there's very few circumstances, if any, where I would want it any other way. Crashing's not acceptable. It's not what my reputation precedes. I just prefer to be consistent, smooth, and finish in every single race. You're getting more practice and track time when you do that.
And what was the difference? I know that your background in RC also added to that distaste for crashing.
Yeah, I mean, with RC airplanes and helicopters, you crash. It's like, that's a lot of broken stuff. You go out to field and you crash, it's a big deal. Everyone's walking over helping you pick up the pieces. In drones, when you practice and you crash, it's one thing. But even so, it's not good. And there's very few instances where you should crash. The only one being is when you're at the end of practice and you're just trying to milk every last inch out of your quad. That's when you start learning how to go fast, and that's when it's okay to crash. But just crashing when you're way ahead or something like that, I just hate it.
All right, well, you got one heat win, one more to go before you clinch a spot into the finals.
Awesome.
Good job.
Course must be clear. 10, 9, 8, 7,
Semi-final 2, heat 3.
4.
Along the main floor, contact right away.
Moto's
gone down. Vanover first through the square gate, up into the helix climb. You've got Shaggy right there as well, and McStrolly.
That was a great pass from Shaggy to get in the front there.
Shaggy through the diamond gate first. A lot of drones up and over and into the stadium dive. Shaggy
Look
and
at
Vanover
Vanover.
first and second.
He's going for it.
Shaggy
no!
through. Contact before that swatch gate. Vanover's down. McStrolly in blue, but it's Shaggy in orange up in front.
Carnage left and right.
Shaggy's got some distance to the second place competitor on to lap number 2.
He can't lay up yet. He's got to continue to build that gap to assure there's no contention from anyone else.
Shaggy's already up on the top floor. You've got Fluxy and Nerf behind playing catch up. But Shaggy at this point, his heat to lose without question. The final stadium dive into the tunnel. He'll need to make it through this swatch gate cleanly.
He's looking great. He's got a smooth line. He's doing wonderful here.
Shaggy, the wily old rookie. One final turn as he heads to the finish. Shaggy wins heat 3. Nerk in, as is Fluxy.
I'm like, come on! I need more speed!
I almost wasn't sure for a second that that was Shaggy. I tell you, it's getting smarter to realize who they are. And if we're having trouble, we were having trouble going. I almost don't think that he went through that gate.
Got it.
Damn it, Shaggy! Get back here!
Shaggy, that was some of the smoothest flying we've seen from you yet this season. What changed?
Yeah, I just trying to improve my lines throughout this semifinals, and this one just worked out. I launched fast, remained calm. I was right on Vanover, a little bit in front. He was in front, but I kept my line smooth. At some point, he had a problem, so I could just focus on my lines and no one in front to disturb me, so I could keep it smooth.
Well, let's celebrate a little bit. This is your 4th ever heat win as a drone pilot. So, how does it feel?
Nice, feels good. Now I'll get one more and I clinch, and I finally don't have to do sudden death.
All right, let's hope that happens. We'll see you back in the cockpit.
Yes.
Good job.
Yeah.
They're all flying identical drones, but we see some pilots consistently faster than others off the platform. Tony, take us through what's involved in the launch.
The start is a critical part of every DRL race. The goal is to accelerate as quickly as possible while controlling elevation. The best pilots immediately pitch forward by increasing thrust to the rear 2 motors. Some even preload, which is legal as long as the nose of the drone stays on the platform. Now full throttle is applied so the drone races forward at top speed and at the perfect angle. The balance of pitch and thrust must be managed carefully. Too much pitch without enough throttle and the drone flies too low. Too much throttle without enough pitch and the drone flies too high. The best pilots coordinate pitch and throttle to race at top speeds with a constant elevation.
Semifinal 2, Heat 4. Positioning. The battle has begun. They'll head for the square gate and into the helix climb. Vanover with his blinking drone in first, followed by Nurk in green.
Whoa, chaos through the first gate.
They go to the Pentagon gate and to the Diamond gate. You've got Vanover and Nurk, first and second.
Look at him pressing. He's going for it.
McStrolly and Blue's in there as well. First time up and through the swatch gate. McStrolly first through, but you've got Nurk with the better line.
Nurk is pushing it.
Fluxy in the mix as well. Nurk in green in front. Vanover's in fourth. This is lap 2 of heat 4. Nurk going for his second win. If he gets this, he will clinch his spot in the finals.
Nurk showing us why he's the reigning champion.
Second and final lap. He'll go up and over and into the stadium dive. One final time. Tons of distance all the way back to McStrolly. Nurk's got to get through this swatch gate cleanly.
What a clean line from Nurk.
Maintains it back to the main floor. If Nurk can win it, he'll move on to the finals. Don't see any reason why he shouldn't do it, and he completes the task. Nurk with his second win of semifinal 2.
Ooh, that was rough.
I almost crashed. I caught up, but not quite fast enough.
Did you crash in the...
When I went into the tunnel the first time,
Yeah,
I was too low, so I turned around.
Yeah, I did
But
my I gotta go line.
Nurk, did I hear correctly that Vanover was trying to say that he gifted you that win?
He did say that, yeah. You got to justify your position sometimes, but I just took advantage of that one mistake that he made, and that gave me the win.
Yeah, you're off to a very strong start here in level 2. You've just clinched your spot in the finals. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm having fun. You know, like I was saying before, like when you have those good moments when you're just enjoying your time out on the track, like that's when I fly the best, and that's what I'm going to keep trying to do.
Have you yet learned how to intentionally channel that fun and not get spun up in your head?
I absolutely have not. I mean, that's so almost as much time of my training is on the drone as. Let me try that again. All of my training on the drone is just about as much as I spend trying to figure out how to push myself into the right headspace. I've got this weird distinction between Paul and Nurk, and I try to kind of force myself into Nurk, who you're seeing right now.
All right, well, hopefully we'll see more Nurk, but Nurk will definitely be in the finals. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I caught up to you, but not enough caught up to you.
I did the very cautious swatch gate.
I made up so much time right there, but there was never a chance I would catch you, but I could see. If it had been another lap, I could have maybe.
10, 9, 8, 7.
Semifinal 2, Heat 5.
4.
No matter how many times they do it, the pressure's still there. They got to make this run along the main floor to the square gate and up into the helix climb. Vanover in first, McStrolly in second.
These guys are looking sharp so far.
Vanover with the blinking drone. He heads through the diamond gate, up and over into the stadium dive. McStrolly in blue, second place. Nurk in green in third.
McStrolly creeping up on Vanover, but Nurk as well.
The danger zone.
Oh!
Nurk.
Shaggy's out.
And you've got Vanover now with some cleaner air. McStrolly in second, Nurk in third.
Look, these guys got to find every opportunity they can to push. Every turn counts.
If Vanover can keep in this position, it'll be his second win, and he'll move on to the finals.
Vanover's looking sweet and smooth so far. A little low to the ground, though.
Last time through the Pentagon Gate, next the Diamond Gate. Up and over once again into the stadium dive. The flashing drone of Vanover in first, the blue drone of McStrolly in second.
Whoa!
McStrolly kissed the ground, but he recovered.
That's not going to buff out, Craig.
Vanover with one final turn on the main floor. Here he comes. This would be his clinching win. The 19-year-old does it.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for crashing. Thank you so much. Thank you for making a mistake.
No, I was right behind McStrolly, and we went up into the swatch gate, and he kind of like went like this, and I'm like, nope.
I like remembered how to fly again, so that was good.
Yeah.
I know how to fly still, that's great.
I hit the back.
Thank you.
Vanover, you clinch a spot in the finals for the second level in a row, but this road to the finals has been a little bit different. What have you learned by not leading from the front the entire time?
It's a little more stressful. Like when I clinched in the first level, like really early on, it was just dominating, made everyone go into sudden death. It felt super relaxing. I'm relaxed now, but it's a different type of relax. I almost got too complacent, which I was worried I would do. And I think just having a few mistakes in some of the earlier heats here in this round is kind of what led to that. And I got too relaxed. I focused this last round. I really focused on just winning that heat. I wanted to clinch and then just be able to race for fun in this next one. And yeah, it worked out well. I was thankful that the guys behind me made a few mistakes and I was able just to take my pace.
One of your most impressive attributes, especially for a young pilot, is your ability to roll with the punches. How do you practice adversity in your training?
Well, it's hard in my training because I don't train with a lot of people very often. So for me, I just train for consistency, right? And if I make a mistake, I do the 30 push-ups. And then on top of that, I just remind myself, all right, let's try in 20, let's start, from square one. If you're 15 batteries in, you make a mistake, start back at battery number 1 and try and get 20 through until you get it. And that's just the only way to do it. That's the best way to practice getting used to these things where they're just out of your control. And then besides that, just racing. That's what helps as well.
All right, let's get back to square one. There's more racing to do. Congratulations on clinching.
Thank you.
So many people in the floodgate.
Okay. All or nothing.
All or nothing.
Go.
Three.
Go. Don't let Shaggy win. I want a sudden death.
Yes, sir.
You're not getting one.
I don't know. I like Shaggy.
Thank you. Thank you.
I like Flexi too. Flexi's kids corner. I don't know what I should do.
What? Such a hard decision.
You'll know after the first helix what I'm doing.
Course must be clear.
You'll know on the first helix.
Semi-final 2, heat 6. Plenty at stake as they make their run down to the square gate and the helix climb. Vanover's down. That leaves McStrolly in blue close to the front. Shaggy in orange is there, as is Nurk in green.
Well, he's got to take advantage of that clean air around, but you know what? They're not letting him get any further.
Shaggy swung wide after being right at the front. That's put McStrolly there as they go for the swatch gate.
This pack's getting tighter.
Shaggy and Nurk through the swatch gate. Nurk goes into first as they get up on the main floor, starting lap number 2.
Nurk's got to start pulling away if he wants to get that win.
Nurk in front of Shaggy. If Shaggy can win, our finals are set. Up on the top floor, Nurk maintaining that first position through the Pentagon gate, the Diamond gate, but Shaggy's pressing.
Shaggy trying to gain some speed here.
Stadium dive goes well for Nurk. One final time up and through the swatch gate. Nurk's through. Oh, and Shaggy makes contact. He's down.
That's it.
That means he'll go into sudden death. Nurk all alone. He looks to get the win. The 6th and final heat. That win goes to Nurk.
I didn't make it. I didn't make it.
I'm sorry I didn't let you have it, but I wanted that last win.
I was going really tight on the swatch to catch you, but
I
it
could,
didn't
like
work.
listening to you guys talk, which was I'm just like
Dude, I started.
Let's go. nothing.
You got I didn't make it.
Shaggy, you almost clinched. What happened?
Yeah, so Vanover crashed in the beginning, so I had some clean air. I had a fast start, so I was in the front, but then Nurk started interfering with that. I started battling with him. Last lap onto the swatch gate, I thought, okay, I'm 1 second behind. I have to go all or nothing. I wanted to go really fast through the swatch gate. That didn't work because I know after that I have almost no chance to get it, so it was all or nothing on the swatch gate. Didn't work out, so I have to do another sudden death.
After Vanover crashed, I don't know what to call it. He was coaching you or giving you kind of heads up on what was happening. Was that helpful to you or hurtful?
A little bit helpful because I was a bit nervous for this, so I was a little bit squirrely on the sticks, and he's like calmed me down a little bit. Okay, calm now. There's no one behind you. Relax, and that kind of helped me get back into the flow and get back on Nurk's back.
Okay, well, sudden death again. What did you learn from the previous heats that you'll take into sudden death?
Just relax and do my thing that I was doing before, and then it will be okay.
All right, let's go do this.
Yes, thank you.
Good job.
That was a bad start. All right, Shaggy, there's your chance.
It was nothing. Nah. Yeah, it was all or nothing.
Semifinal 2, sudden death.
4.
Only one pilot can move on. It's either fastest or furthest. Australian Blue heads up into the helix climb. He's in first as they head to the top floor.
These guys are closed, almost on top of each other, Greg.
McStralian first. You've got Fluxy in second. They'll go up and over and into the stadium dive.
Neck and neck for the front two.
Fluxy moves into the lead as they head to the swatch gate.
He's got to thread the needle through this gate. Oh, a little wobble.
A little wobble, but he gets through cleanly. Onto the top floor.
Carnage.
McStrally hits and he's down. Fluxy in front, followed by Shaggy.
Fluxy's looking good, Craig.
On to lap 2. Fluxy through the square gate into the helix climb.
Shaggy's got to make a move on one of these turns. He can't wait for the straights for that.
Fluxy and Shaggy, the only two in. One of these two men will advance to the finals.
Shaggy's losing ground.
Fluxy out of the stadium dive, through the tunnel, the palm tree run, up again through the swatch gate. He's through clean.
Beautiful.
Here comes Fluxy.
Shaggy's got to press it now.
Oh, Shaggy's
no!
down. That means Fluxy, no matter if he gets in, which he
Let's
does.
go, baby! That's what I'm talking about!
What a run from Fluxy, Greg, man. That
Whoa!
He showed up to win, and he did that.
How much DRL?
Nice, man. You got it.
Fluxy, your first real big win here out of the 2 levels that we've seen so far. How good does it feel?
Better late than never, and it's right when I needed it. So in the finals, now I just got to hold it together for the rest of these races here.
Okay, what have you learned in your experience so far this season?
I learned that it's a lot more about consistency and taking smooth lines than it is taking the tightest line. Carrying momentum through these corners is a huge thing that not a lot of drone racers are used to. And when you get out here with these guys, it's all about keeping that momentum, keeping that speed, and just staying in the race.
Speaking of these guys, coming into the season, you said you had nothing to prove to them. Has that changed yet?
No, I don't think so. I mean, obviously I want to win, but I don't want to put that kind of pressure on myself. You know, when you start trying to prove something to guys, you start pushing yourself beyond what you need to, and you make stupid mistakes.
Okay, well, one way or another, you're into the final. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Let's go, baby! That's what I'm talking about!
The finals for Level 2 are set. Advancing out of Group 2, Nurk, Vanover, and Fluxy. The start always critical to establishing the pecking order. You saw in white Duncan with the great one. He's first through the square gate and into the helix climb.
He's telling these guys he wants this win and he's not going to let go.
Up on the top floor. That's Duncan in first. He's up and over into the stadium dive.
Duncan's on a whole other level right now. He is booking it.
Duncan in first, the flashing drone of Vanover in second, Nurkin Green right there.
Oh, no!
Duncan made contact. That's going to cost him. Vanover in front, just in front of the green drone of Nurk.
That's all he needed was one little mistake to move forward, but he better watch out. Nurk's hot on his tail.
Vanover in first, Nurkin Green in second, Fluxy in third.
Nurk is pushing the inside. Nice job. Not enough, though. A little wobble.
Wobble from Nurkin Green. That's going to give some space to Vanover. He now heads for the Diamond Gate. Up and over again, the stadium dive, and Vanover's getting that clean air.
Nurk's running out of opportunities to get ahead. He's got to push it every single chance he can.
The dangerous Swatch Gate. Both the two front runners are through.
He's
Vanover in
it.
front. Nurk right there.
Oh, no!
Nurk kissed the wall, but Vanover looks to be in the position. He does take heat number one of these finals. Nurk in second, Fluxy in third.
Wrong rate bank.
When I heard you say false start, I didn't worry too much about you.
Wrong rate bank.
I'll take it. That was the confidence boost I needed.
Oh, I took off,
The
and I was
drought
like, wow,
is
it's
over,
really
boys.
sticky.
Oh, you should have checked it, yeah.
I did not check it. That was so stupid.
Well,
You thanked Duncan after that heat for crashing. Is that just mental jujitsu?
A little bit of both. I mean, I heard him say he had a false start, so I just paced off him knowing that he'd probably get a second penalty if he finished. And I saw him hit the swatch gate because he was basically pushing. He had to make up that second that he would have been penalized. And I just said, just thinking, all right, thanks, Duncan. I will take that lead from you and just relax. And then going on to lap 2, I felt like I was back in my rhythm, focusing on what I needed to do. The helix climb was great. And yeah, I feel great now, much better than I did in semifinals, sort of back to what I felt in level 1. Not going to take it for granted, though, because this is just one race. There's 6 more to go. And yeah, we'll see what happens.
Help me learn the lingo. Before this interview, you said, thank goodness, no more Jell-O. What does that mean?
Well, I just had so much fatigue at this race. And, you know, I say mental jello. Basically, for me, it's so hard to focus while I'm racing. I mean, in one of those semifinals where I crashed, when I was racing, it wasn't like I was racing myself, I was racing everyone else. And for me, that's not the strategy. I need to race against me, not against the other pilots, because you got to run your own race. And so to get rid of that jello and just focus on what I needed to do and knowing that I flew smooth, that's where I felt like I broke that drought. And now I'm laser edge, focused, ready to go again.
In the semifinals of level 1, you swept. Do you think you can sweep here in the finals of level 2?
It's hard to tell. If I fly like that, yeah, but it's going to be, you know, really hard to keep it consistent because there's a really good group of pilots and some of them just made some unforced errors. And so I need to remind myself that and not take what I just did for granted. And if I can, that's great. I'm going to try and win as much as possible. I don't want any of these guys in the golden heat. Less guys, the better. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
All right, let's get back in that cockpit and see what you can do.
Thank you.
The Helix climb is one of the most dramatic elements of the course. Tony, take us through this sensational track.
Off the start, pilots sprint down the main floor to the square gate. It's a quick left for the Helix climb to the top floor and the run through the Pentagon gate. Then it's up and over for the stadium dive into the tunnel. They climb up through the swatch gate to re-enter the main floor for the end of the lap or the finish.
This course has a couple really big straightaways, so I'm really excited to be in that space with a bunch of other people battling for the little bit of space that's left in that hall.
The swatch gate is definitely the most difficult part of the track for me. I see a lot of other pilots entering it with crazy speed, and I'm just taking my time through it. I'm trying to make up that time in other parts of the track.
It's a lot of fun to race.
Finals, Heat 2. 6 best pilots in drone racing. They're in the air. Gab 707 first into the Helix climb. Nert right there as they hit the top floor.
Whoa, a little wonky. Looked like Duncan went offline.
Gab 707 in yellow, Nert in green. They are 1-2 up and over and into the stadium dive.
Oh, their ducks in a row coming down and around. This is beautiful.
You've got Nub in purple as well as Van over there.
Uh-oh, contact.
That was Gab 707 and hit the swatch gate. That puts Nurk in front, followed by Nub.
Man, he is pushing it right now. You can see how fast he's taking these turns. Nurk is gunning for that far lead.
Nurk in green, Nub in purple. 1-2 into the helix time. It looks like Nub's made the pass.
Are they neck and neck or no?
Nub's in front.
Whoa! Nub is on a whole other gear now.
Nub through the diamond gate, but Nurk makes the pass going into stadium dive.
Whoa.
Nurk kissed the ground a little bit. It's the swatch gate again. Nub first through, then Nurk.
What a nice transition through. Nub is pushing it.
Nub in front in the run to the finish. What a win this would be. Nub takes heat 2.
Woo!
AJ. God damn it!
Nub, an amazing battle there with Nurk. You said you didn't even know if you were going to make the pass. When did you know you could pull it off?
So like I said, going down this hallway, the main stretch, I didn't know if I was going to make the pass. We were both full throttle, and I wasn't picking up ground on him. Finally going into the helix climb, I passed him, felt confident that I was going to stay there. We dived down into the bowl, and he made another pass on me right before the watch gate, but I seen him bounce off the ground and fall back. From that point on, I knew as long as I had the watch gate, I had to win.
You made it here by way of the sudden death, and you seem like a completely different pilot since then. How are you feeling?
So the biggest thing is positivity right now. Right after semifinals, making it through that sudden death barely, that boosted my attitude, and just being in a good mood's really helping me out on this course.
So we've got more heats to race, but you are going to be in that golden heat. How will you utilize these next few heats?
Next few heats are just practice for me. Practice and trying to knock other pilots out. If I can keep staying in the 1-2 just to keep other pilots from making the golden heat, that's perfect, but I'm not stressing about being up top.
All right, congratulations on making it to the golden heat. Let's get back to the cockpit.
Thank you.
What happened? Oh.
There's like 2 of these.
90 seconds to course clear.
Finals, Heat 3. Drones away. The tussle for the straight in the first turn, and the gate is very real. Gab 707 in yellow first, Nurkin green second.
Gab 707 doing a great job, pushing hard and taking the speed to the limits.
They're on the top floor through the Pentagon gate. You've got Nurkin green first, and then everybody else chasing.
Ooh, Nurk with a nice line as he swings around.
I tell you what, Fluxy's down. We'll see if he can save it.
Whoa.
Nurk, Duncan, and Vanover all through at the same time. How they are still there is amazing.
These guys are on top of each other, Craig.
We are on to lap 2. Duncan in white is now in front.
Man.
Through the square gate. into the helix climb. Duncan in white, followed by Gab 707
Whoa!
yellow. We have a lot of contact. Gab's gone into the gate and actually taken it down. Duncan's still in front through the diamond gate, up and over into the stadium dive.
Look at Vanover pushing it.
That blinking drone of Vanover, he's trying to win another heat. Swatch gate again,
no!
Nerf comes out of that one clean.
He stayed alive.
The defending world champ all alone as he comes into the finish. Nerf gets his heat win.
Let's go!
You were right behind me?
What?
You were right behind me? I crashed into Swatch gate.
I made like a 50-degree angle. It just was like, please.
Nurk, you're excited to get back and watch the replay. What are you so excited to see about that heat?
There were just like some awesome battles the whole way through the track. I was back and forth with Nub for a bit, with Duncan for a bit, with Vanover for a bit, with Gab for a bit, and I fended each of them off. I took a really risky line through the swatch gate at the end, and it paid off. I got out front and took the victory, but oh man, every little bit of me was tensed up going through. I'm glad it worked.
Not just this heat, but it seems like all of the heats are getting progressively better. How does the flying this year compare to what you've seen in the past?
This year, we're all just on the same level. Like, it's just back and forth no matter what. You give an inch, you take an inch, you give an inch, you take an inch. And, I mean, that's the best kind of racing there is, and also the most stressful. So we're making it work despite how we're feeling.
Well, the stress is off. You've made it into the Golden Heat. Now, how will you utilize the next couple of heats before we get to the Golden Heat?
I just got to keep building that momentum. I'm starting to find some slightly faster lines. I'm continuing to really enjoy myself, and heading into finals. Now I'm hopefully just on the podium, because we don't know how many people are going to be there yet. But it's feeling really good. It's looking really good. We're just going to keep fending off everybody else.
Keep having fun, man. It's fun to watch.
That's my plan.
Ah. No!
The stadium dive between the Diamond Gate and the tunnel is one of the key differentiators on the course. The ideal line has the pilots approach the Diamond Gate low and slightly north. They pitch up aggressively and roll left to pass through the gate as high as possible. As soon as they're clear of the stands, they pitch down hard and roll right to stay low and shorten the distance flown, aiming just north of the tunnel. They then roll and yaw right to pass just over the railing and through the gate, which has very little margin for error. Swinging wider into the tunnel is safer, but slower. Mistiming the climb through the Diamond Gate can cause them to hit the stands or circle around to recover.
9, 8,
Heat 4.
4,
3 pilots already in. Let's see if it changes their strategy. Gab, excuse me, is down. Nurk and Green first into the helix climb. You've got Vanover there as well.
Oh no, they tangled.
Nurk and Vanover get caught. That leaves Fluxy in front, followed by Nub.
Fluxy's got the front of the pack. He needs to stay there. Continue to push where he can.
Fluxy.
Oh.
That looked like it was Vanover that went down. Fluxy's still in front as they come back to the main floor.
Fluxy's looking good right now, but he cannot let up. These guys are close behind him.
Fluxy, Duncan in white, Nub in purple in third. On to lap 2, up into the helix climb again.
He's catching up, he made the pass.
Great helix climb by Duncan.
Oh, he needs to continue to press. He's got to be smooth and consistent.
Duncan and Fluxy right there, neck and neck. Duncan a little ahead on the stadium dive, but Fluxy coming right back.
Fluxy telling him, no, I want that front.
Whoa, some positioning there. Duncan hit the swatch gate, he's out. Fluxy stays in the lead. He's got to protect that positioning. No, it is Nub!
Came out of nowhere.
Holy mackerel! Nub takes his second heat of the final.
Who was that in front of me just then?
I'm stupid.
Woo!
Bro, you were killing it. I could
Who
not
won?
catch you.
No, but we were talking about Fluxy and Duncan. Where did you come from?
Oh, I was just hanging out, just watching their race. I kept pushing and pushing and pushing, and I just couldn't catch them. So I decided to hang back and hope that they messed up. And fortunately, second lap, almost to the finish line, they both did.
So with this heat win, you'll do yourself some favors with podium position going into the Golden Heat. How does that serve you to your advantage?
So all night long, I've been in the back. I'm really good at launching, but if you're in the back and you launch well, you're in the middle of the pack. Mid-airs all day long. So if I'm out front or even just second, that helps me out a lot because I know that I'm going to have clean air down the first hallway.
How bad do you want to win that Golden Heat?
Oh, I want to win it so bad. Staying on top of the podium for the first time this season, oh yeah.
All right, can't wait to see it.
All right, thank you.
No!
That leaves Fluxy in front, followed by Nuff. No, Fluxy's got the front of the pack.
No!
Oh no! Tangle!
No!
He's got positioning. No, that is out of nowhere. The back row. No, takes it second to the final. Finals, Heat 5. Drone racing not for the faint of heart. This stretch run to the first gate, the square gate into the helix climb.
Ooh, they're tight.
They're bunched up in front. Vanover up to the top floor in first, followed by Gab 707 in yellow, Nurk in green.
It looks like only 4 left, Craig. I don't know what happened.
It's now Vanover, Gab, and Duncan.
Well, Gab's got to play it smart and not push too hard, wait for the right opportunities.
Back to the main floor, Vanover in first, Gab 707 in yellow in second. The start of lap number 2.
Gab's pressing.
Gab knows what's at stake. The veteran has taken part in so many races. Through the square gate, the helix climb again, back to the top floor, but Vanover is protecting that lead.
Gab was a little wide on that turn, and that slowed him down. He's got to make it up.
There's the diamond gate, followed by the stadium dive. Vanover with some distance, Gab trying to stay close. The swatch gate one more time, up and through.
Gab's got to capitalize. Oh, no!
Gab hit the swatch gate. That means Vanover's got a ton of space between him and everyone else. One final turn, Vanover takes Heat 5, his second Heat win of the finals.
I saw you in front of me, so you must have been first in.
Maybe clipped
like, I think you went like.
What just
I
happened?
just body slammed Gab into the finish gate.